The 15th day in the month of October is still here. It's a Tuesday. Michael Olatunbosun is the name. Welcome back. It's second half of Talking Points on Splash FM 105.5 here in the city of Ibadan. Okay, so you know the business. It is about setting the agenda for a better nation and making sure that our people, all of us, understand the whole essence of governance and citizenship in order to have a big, beautiful country and neighborhood and community for ourselves and for our brothers and sisters in the nation. So I told you that I will be letting you in on my conversations with the Director General of NAFDAC. Yesterday, she was supposed to be here, but she was held in traffic and live. I mean, she was supposed to be live in the studio, but traffic didn't. After a meeting with the governor, the meeting also took some time. And when she came in, we had to do a recording. I had to record the interview. And I'll bring the interview in a moment. Okay, so basically, the DG, Director General of National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye is the name. Okay. So in that conversation, we talked about a lot of things. We talked about the entry point and for fake, adulterated, and counterfeit drugs in Nigeria. We talked about collaborations with NDLEA and Nigerian Pharmaceutical or Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. We talked about hawkers, those who hawk drugs in town, particularly the ones you have, the pervasive ones, the one you have everywhere around us. And those ones are the herbal mixtures that are mostly laced with alcohol. The drugs that they tell us, or they tell you that are good for the men, that make the men potent. And so many of all these other issues that they bring into the fray. We talked about the process of registration for entrepreneurs, particularly people who are producing drugs and food and the rest of it. We talked about quite a number of things, and she told me a lot. She gave us stewardship, told us the number of particularly herbal products, and she talked about the number of days that it will take to register a product with NAFDAC, and so on and so forth. We also talked about deployment of technology and very many things we talked about. And I'd like you to listen to my conversation with Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, the DG of NAFDAC. This is the conversation. Listen. Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye, Director General of National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Prof, welcome to Talking Points.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And how are you today, madam?
Very fine.
Good
very fine. Thank you.
Good to see you in Ibadan. So I know that NAFDAC was formed in 1993, basically to checkmate illicit and counterfeit products in Nigeria at a time when hundreds of Nigerians were dying as a result of fake and counterfeit drugs, foods, and beverages.
Yes.
You were appointed in 2017, November to be precise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with that. Let us know the significant milestones that you've achieved in this period.
Okay, that's a very good one to start with. I took over November 30th, 2017, and actually I did not realize what was on the ground until maybe about a week or 2 weeks into my tenure. And I found out that NAFDAC was in a big debt, had a big debt of 3.2 billion naira. There was a lot of restlessness with the workers because of poor conditions of service, salaries, things like that. There was actually industrial strikes before I came. The ICT was almost non-functioning when I came there. And then budgeting, there wasn't a proper budgeting. So those four I have to tackle in parallel. So I decided that we have to pay back the debt because I don't believe in owing money. And I discussed with my top management that it's going to be a tough year, 2018, that it will be a year of cutting because we have to pay the debt. In a year, November, I think middle of November, of 2018, we paid off the 3.2 billion naira debt. We didn't do any capital project because we couldn't have with that. In terms of staff's welfare, I paid a lot of attention to staff welfare because I'm a strong believer in carrying the staff along with you. If the staff or the workforce is not happy, the work cannot be done very well.
Most certainly.
So I listen, a lot to the staff's concerns, and we have been working since then to make sure that the staff is, well taken care of. There are some allowances that they get now that they weren't getting before I got there. We're still working on the salary structure in general. I just believe that the salary structure of NAFDAC is low, and that should be improved. We are still working on that, but some of the allowances, they are getting now. Staff welfare also includes safety. I started paying attention to the safety, the wellness of our staff. With staff welfare also comes with discipline, staff discipline.
Okay.
Because again, you cannot have a workforce that is not disciplined.
Particularly for a regulator.
A regulatory, exactly. So what we then started to do is to start training on quality management system, which teaches any establishment on how to think right.
So, Prof, so in other words, in less than 2 years, a few months short of 2 years,
yes,
you've been able to achieve these big milestones.
Yes.
Let's come to some fundamentals.
Yes.
You just talked about staff welfare and the rest of it, making sure that staff, enjoy the job.
Yes.
Let's come to the nitty-gritty of the job of NAFDAC. If you look around you, you'll find that almost every major bus stop, even the major and the minor bus stops in this country, you have herbal mixtures that are laced with alcohol, and the whole essence of these mixtures is to get men to be strong, to heal cure multiple sicknesses and the rest of it. Yes. I know that NAFDAC is in charge of controlling these things and making sure that they work for the health and well-being of Nigerians.
Yes.
How far are you going to make sure that we mitigate this menace?
It is a menace, and I would start with herbal mixtures or herbal medicines. Herbal medicines are good medicines because we have great biodiversity in Nigeria. So many natural products that could benefit us. However, people abuse them in terms of lacing, like you said, with alcohol or with even orthodox medicines, and thinking that it is herbal medicines. But I will take you to herbal medicine because I was raised up on herbal medicines. And herbal medicines do work. We have the herbal division in the Drug Evaluation Directorate, and we have actually thousands of, almost 1,000 herbal products that NAFDAC has approved. We approve herbal medicines in 2 stages. If you don't have clinical data, we approve and put listed, meaning L. After the NAFDAC number. If you have clinical data, we give full registration for 5 years, after which the applicant can also renew. But in terms of our own environment in Nigeria, it is very, I would say, pitiable that it's getting worse with years, because partly because of poverty. People want to believe that one medicine can heal 200 diseases. If it is too good to be true, it's not true. That is the way the public should look at herbal medicines. Herbal medicines work, but there is lack of awareness about the dangers of herbal medicines that are being hawked in the streets. We do go after hawkers, whether it is herbal medicines, whether it is orthodox medicines that are falsified. We do go after them. The different directorate will seize their products. The problem is that when you seize in Dubai, they will move to Gbagi.
Okay.
Go to Gbagi, they've gone to Mokola. So it is our own capacity in terms of staffing that could also help us if we have more staff and if we have more vehicles, because you cannot go on Okada and start running after hawkers from one place to the other. So in that wise, we don't have as much as we should need, or that we need rather, in terms of going after them. But nonetheless, our enforcement investigation, we do a lot of raids. We seize their products, whether it is herbal medicine or orthodox medicines that are not registered. We seize, a lot of this. So
that calls to question your collaboration with, for instance, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. We've had them on our platform quite a number of times, and these issues continue to come up. I was thinking to ask you, to what extent are you collaborating with Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria to make sure that you have a smoother operation in this light?
Actually, there's a good question. It is Pharmacist Council of Nigeria.
Okay.
That is directly related to regulatory control. The Pharmacist Council of Nigeria controls the pharmacy practice settings, whether it's community or hospitals or patent medicine dealers. So you can see how expansive their arena is. We have been partnering with them. We could do better. I'm talking of both agencies. But NAFDAC has, in terms of control of medicines, we do what I would call upstream, which is from the manufacturer to the distributor to the pharmacist practice settings, and then Pharmacist Council or PCN takes it over from the pharmacy practice settings to the hospitals, to the patent medicine dealers. But even at the downstream, we have to meet, because if a pharmacist is selling unregistered products, and we know, we can shut the pharmacy down because we have the power to seize and shut down any practice setting that has unregistered products. Or we can seize their products, actually, not shut it down. It is the Pharmacist Council of Nigeria that can do the shutting down, but we can, seize their products and destroy. So we can do better. However, we are doing better now than we've ever been, because it is not about a particular agency. It is about Nigeria. Right now, we are going through. We've gone through audit. It's a WHO audit, global benchmarking, where there are several functions of a regulatory agency that WHO will look at and see how strong each function is.
Okay.
And when it comes to drug control or market control and whatnot, they put us and Pharmacy Council of Nigeria together.
Okay.
To work together, because we are supposed to be in charge of market control, whether it is from the manufacturer's side or whether it's from the retail side. So the two of us are working together now, better. And if we leave it pile up, you're going to see pilfering.
Okay. There's still talking points on Splash FM. I am playing host to the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye. Still talking collaborations. NDLEA, comes up.
Yes.
Whenever we talk about regulation and all this, other functions.
Yes.
You collaborate well with NDLEA, right?
We do. Yes.
I thought I should ask the question. There are gateways through fake, illicit and adulterated drugs coming to this country.
How far have you gone with them in terms of data to give us an idea of what goes where?
Actually, NDLEA is in charge of narcotics, including cocaine, marijuana, tramadol at a particular strength. Because tramadol, for example, 50 milligram, 100 milligrams are prescription strengths. But if it goes beyond that, it becomes dangerous and it becomes an illicit medicine. We collaborate with them. They focus mostly on the narcotics, but we focus on all the drugs. Where we do our collaboration or where we do overlapping collaboration is when a shipment comes with regular products and with tramadol, for example. We have to check the container, make sure that it is not just tramadol. If it is just tramadol, we'll call them. But if it is a mixture, NAFDAC has to seize the container. But we do collaborate in terms of understanding the effect on the society. Tramadol or any other narcotics are destroyers of future, they are destroyers of homes, they are destroyers of workforce, and they are destroyers of country. Unfortunately, when I came, that was the first one of the first challenges. I didn't know that we have a tramadol or drug substance abuse problem. But if we are called, meaning NAFDAC is called to go after a particular shipment of even narcotics, we respond to the call because NAFDAC has a lot of capacity in terms of what to do, enforcement, a number of staff. Relatively speaking, we are more capacitated than NDLEA, but we still do collaboration.
You talked about seized drugs a while ago.
Yes.
I am bothered about something I thought I should bring up.
Yes.
When these drugs are seized, they are always, set ablaze.
Yes.
I was thinking, couldn't there be any other options, particularly when you set them ablaze with tires? I am an SDG advocate, so I am bothered by the carbon that is out, thrown up into the atmosphere, in this process.
That's right.
Are there no other options?
Actually, that's a good question. There are options, but are there options that are available right now for us? They are limited, but we are looking at. We are also concerned about the environment, But as we speak, we don't have as much as we could in terms of options or as many options as we would like to. But part of what we are looking at, which is not just our own problem, it is a global issue, is building having a big kiln. But when you have 40 containers of medicines to burn,
that's big.
How big can the kiln be? It has to be huge. So as it is right now, we don't have option. Actually, we have also option of incinerator. The federal government donated 3 incinerators to us, but the incinerators are small. We can use the incinerators for a particular group of medicines that we don't get in volumes.
Okay.
But incinerator is a good option. But right now we don't. I wish we have a big house size of incinerator. That will probably do the job, in which case we throw everything in and the thing is consumed and it's only the ash that you can then get out. Okay. But we still have to do, because we don't have a choice actually. It's either we leave it piled up or we don't do anything, or we burn it. And if we leave it piled up, you're going to see pilfering.
Okay, I understand that. We'll come to these other issues in a moment. You are in Ibadan today.
Yes.
I'd like to sound you out on the precise project that is on in Ibadan.
We have our zonal headquarters in Ibadan. We have our state, of course, or your state office in Ibadan, and all the things that the zones are doing. We have the microcosm in Ibadan or in your state, We decentralized our functions last year, middle of last year, making the zones and the states to be responsible for approval of foods. While the center, Abuja and Lagos, focus on drugs and cosmetics. So part of why I'm here, of course, is also to pay the governor a courtesy visit, but also to discuss with our staff on how better we can keep our mandate going in terms of control of drugs, food, water, beverages, detergents, all our 7 regulated products. So that is part of the reason for being here, but also Ibadan is always a home.
I know. You schooled in Ibadan here.
Yejide, just a few, down the road.
A few kilometers away from
yes,
here.
Yeah.
You must like Ibadan.
I love Ibadan.
Wow.
My first apartment is in Felele here.
Wow.
Yes.
Welcome back home.
Yeah.
Okay, I should not ask you whether you've eaten the delicacies associated with Ibadan.
Begiri ati ewedu.
Wow.
That one is
a given.
It's a given. It's a given.
Splash FM 105.5.
ọ̀tọ̀ ní tọ́lú ọ̀tọ̀ ní tọ̀lú ọ̀tọ̀ ní iléeṣẹ́ Usco Steel Nigeria Enterprises nípa kábàánì ṣe géètì ẹnu ọ̀nà ilé tàbí ti ọ́fíìsì ẹni kó dàbí tòkè òkun àwọn irin àyíká inú ilé láìmọ̀ búlọ̀kù ńkọ́ steel staircase lọ́nà ti gbàlódé kábàánì ṣe àga onírin tó wà fashionable ọ̀gá ni master iléeṣẹ́ Usco Steel Nigeria Enterprises ń ta stainless steel materials àti accessories fáwọn fabricators tó ń fúnni dára sílé tàbí lọ́fíìsì kódà wọ́n tún gba iṣẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ ńláńlá òun lájọ̀lájọ̀ láti bá wọn fi rin ṣẹ̀sọ́ sílé wọn lọ́nà tòde òní bíi balcony stainless wall stainless chair stainless staircase àti bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ bó sì jẹ́ láti fit àwọn pipe àti flanges elbow ẹ fọkànbalẹ̀ Usco Steel Nigeria Enterprises wà ní number 8 Ṣẹ̀gẹ̀lú bus stop New Ife Road Ìbàdàn olúléeṣẹ́ wọn number 8 Alàgbà street Orílẹ̀ Ìgànmú nípínlẹ̀ Èkó 08189904618 tàbí 08026928656 Usco Steel Nigeria Enterprises àwọn fabricators tó jásí òkín fi wọ́n ṣeré.
Okay, now which one you want?
Give me correct sausage, gala sausage roll, sure to keep you going. Gala sausage roll, give me the king of sausage, gala sausage roll. Because if you know the gala, enough to be like gala. Sweet and satisfying, gala sausage roll. Nourishes your
Gala sausage roll. Reach out for one now.
gala.
Introducing Splash Rendezvous, the meeting point of our talks, facts, and solutions. Join me, Oluwaseun Omoakinola, and our team of journalists and analysts as they open up issues and engage in dispassionate analysis of the Nigerian polity with no strings attached. For solutions journalism, objective discussions with data and facts. Splash Rendezvous, every Thursday at 5 p.m. is your preferred choice. Splash Rendezvous. Cross-fertilizing ideas for proper understanding of all. 5 p.m. every Thursday on Splash 105.5 FM. Splash Rendezvous. Connecting the dots.
Ẹ̀yin arákùnrin àti arábìnrin, a mú wá sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín Mídé àti àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀.
Ǹjẹ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yín ní àwọn ọmọ tó ní ẹ̀bùn tí ó tayọ? Tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ mú wọn wọlé sí Bond Factor tó jẹ́ ìdíje ẹ̀bùn tí ó tayọ láàrin àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ láti ọwọ́ Cadbury Bonvita. Láti kópa nínú ìdíje yìí, ẹ fi agolo òfìfo pẹ̀lú ọ̀rá pélébé Bonvita ránṣẹ́ láti jẹ àmì ayò ìwọlé. Ilé ẹ̀kọ́ tó bá já ewé olúborí yóò jẹ mílíọ̀nù 3 náírà pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ohun ìtọrẹ fún ilé àwọn ọmọ aláìlóbìí tó bá wù wọ́n. Láti kópa lénìí, ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára www.bondfactor.ng.
You know that be sharp guy. I don't pass this criteria level. I don't get the Ogbonge Home Flex and Silver with only 1,200 naira. Where I pay every month. I get benefit will reach 220,000 naira for you and our children. And the insurance follow cover all our property.
Home Flex and Silver, they're very cheap and it go protect you and your family well. Call 012800700 or check www.leadway.com for more to read. Leadway Assurance, ensuring happiness since 1970. Terms and conditions apply, sir.
The third Lagelu Inter-Secondary School Relay Race 2019 comes up from the 17th to 19th October 2019 for student athletes under the age of 15. The third Lagelu Inter-Secondary School Relay Race 2019 will come up at the new sports complex, University of Ibadan. Time, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Proudly supported by Kiram Lee Gym and Fitness Center, ATG Water, RC Cola, Living Proof Bread, Fan Milk PLC, Olinda Allied Industries Limited, Happy Con Ball, Crime Alert Security Service, and Sumo Foods. Technical partners, Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, Southwest Zone, and Oyo State Ministry of Youth and Sports. The third Lagelu FM Inter-Secondary School Relay Race 2019 is powered by Oyo State Government.
Jimmy, wọ́n bí làkàsẹ́rà ṣe kún ní ilé rẹ̀.
àǹfààní làkàsẹ́rà refresh and connect promo ni mo ń jẹ pẹ̀lú ìfàkàdì pé mo tún lè jẹ́ home theatre tàbí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ iPhone pàápàá.
ó lè ní ó ṣe wá jẹ́rú ìfà báyìí.
bí o bá ṣe ń ra làkàsẹ́rà rẹ̀ ṣí kí o sì wá abẹ́ ìdérí rẹ̀ fún kóòdù àrà ọ̀tọ̀ fi kóòdù oní nọ́mbà mẹ́jọ tí o bá rí ránṣẹ́ sí 20055. o tún lè fi ránṣẹ́ látòrí àtẹ̀ránṣẹ́ WhatsApp sí nọ́mbà yìí 0903-450-9330. bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni wọ́n mọ̀ ṣá ọ ní káàdì ìpè láti bá àwọn èèyàn rẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kópa lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá tàbí jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ láti lè jẹ àwọn ẹ̀bùn rabandẹ̀ nínú ìyíkoto olóṣooṣù. ìpolongo bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 2019. ẹ wo àwọn ìwé ìpolongo àlẹ̀mọ́ àyíká àti ìléwọ́ fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ àdéhùn àti ìlànà àṣà o. CPC fi òǹtẹ̀ lu ìpolongo yìí. làkàsẹ́rà mo gbádùn ohun mímu yìí.
Bros, where that your old 9 mobile SIM?
It's in my wallet. Wait. Oya, take. I dash you, sir.
Correct, guy.
What did you do so? That bros don't scam you. You know, say if you reactivate your 9 mobile SIM, then go give you 20 times your recharge. Yes, nah. As bros dey so, when you recharge 200 naira, then go give am 4,000 naira. Like that.
Oh yeah, sharp. Come back 9 mobile. Make you enjoy 20 times a woof. This a woof now for customers when you use their line for 35 days or more.
Julius, leave us SIM.
You dash 9
Now
mobile.
you use your hand dash. Here for you. Here for Niger.
Splash FM 105.5.
I'm still discussing with the DG of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye, and we're talking, NAFDAC and other issues. Let me go back to one of the matters I have on the table here.
Yes.
I was talking about, herbal mixtures a while ago. I want to do something which is more like a buy issue.
Yes.
The process of registering for with NAFDAC, I mean, small entrepreneurs that are coming up.
Yes.
I'd like to ask how do you go about it, and how do you make it easy for them? So instead of trying to circumvent the process,
that's right,
and all that, how do you make it easy?
Actually, when I got to NAFDAC, we had a lot of issues with registration, time to approval. It was very long, or relatively long. We had 6,000 backlogged applications, and our top management, the directors, cooperated very well with me. Within 2 months, the backlog was cleared.
Wow.
And we gave ourselves, timelines. But it is also good that the presidency is big on MSMEs, small entrepreneurial, yes. And they want applicants, small businesses, to not wait for too long.
Okay.
So, because of what we are also doing internally, quality management system, where you have to have a standard operating procedure, time to do this, time to pass it on to somebody else, we reduced our time to approval to 60 days for food, 60 to 90 days. Actually, let me put 60 to 90 working days for food, and 120 working days for drugs and majority of the cosmetics, because it is a lot harder to test medicines or drugs, compared to food. because of our quality management system and the way we are thinking better now, looking at, it's customer focused, where our motto is now customer focused, agency minded. What am I doing that can affect the customer, whether the health or the trade? We look at both. That is why we have to use standard operating system to make sure that the customer is satisfied, so to say. The MSMEs are very, very important to us. Very, very important, because they are the drivers of our economy. And there are thousands and thousands of MSMEs. We're going to also roll out another plan that will even make it much easier for small businesses to register with NAFDAC. Right now we have e-registration. If you go to nafdac.gov.ng and you will see the images flashing, you will see one that has a computer and it will say click here. That is where your e-registration begins. Whether it is food, whether it is drug, whether it's cosmetics, it doesn't really matter. You can do e-registration. We started that around March of this year. Thousands of applications have been submitted through our online portal. That makes it also easier. There are few bugs that we're still taking care of, but by and large, you can click here on our nafdac.gov.ng and it will say, okay, welcome to NAPAMS. In a few days, we're going to add food, because it's actually for all regulated products. But you see only capsules there. But we're going to make it, to reflect all products.
How do I know a fake NAFDAC number, for instance? Almost every drug and all these things have NAFDAC numbers on them.
See, that is unfortunate. To tell you the truth, that is very unfortunate, because we have accosted small businesses that we issued 3 NAFDAC numbers for 3 products, and they went ahead and started doing 7 products, and started using the numbers for the 3 products or the 4 products on the other 4 products. We cannot do this alone. It is a community-based surveillance or post-marketing, what I will call post-marketing surveillance. We're going to roll out another set of calling. If you see somebody making something that you think is not legal, please call us, because we cannot do all this by ourselves.
Interesting perspective here.
Yes.
So you have something for the community, the people out there to also participate.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But can I ask this question about the visibility of NAFDAC? You said NAFDAC, the Ibadan here is zonal headquarters.
Yes.
Sometimes you ask, is the Ibadan zonal headquarters really visible to accommodate, citizens' participation in whatever you're doing? How visible? Because some of us, we have been wondering whether NAFDAC is really here in Ibadan.
That's a good comment or observation. We try as much as possible to make ourselves visible. We have what is called the MSME clinics. That's clinics that go around the country, and the Vice President is big on this. He attends almost all the MSME clinics wherever they are. All the agencies have their booths where they introduce themselves to the public, and they also educate the public on how to get their products registered and whatnot. We also come up on TV, TVC, and NTA International every week since the beginning of the year on what is called NAFDAC and Your Health.
We're in Ibadan here.
Yes.
I'm talking about Ibadan. I'd like to be, grassroots focused on this matter.
Okay. Well, at least if somebody watches TV, NAFDAC can come to them in their living room, or come to the person in their living room. But in terms of day-to-day visibility, that may not be possible.
Can you get a commitment on behalf of the Ibadan headquarters here?
Yes.
To get to reach out to Splash FM. We're interested in making society better, and we are very forthcoming. We are very open when it comes to government agencies that are interested in making life better for Nigeria. I want you to make commitment on their behalf.
I have to go through my directors and tender.
Whoa.
But we have FRCN, Radio Nigeria right now, every week.
Okay.
But your point is well taken, because Splash FM is local. Yeah. People probably identify with it more because, you are in the community. It's something we can look at, but, we also have to know the audience, the listenership, in order to make judgments.
Okay, it's okay, no problem, madam. So, I will come back to your visit to Ibadan in a moment. But I have a couple of issues about technology, how far you are deploying technology, for effectiveness and efficiency in NAFDAC.
Okay.
Before I go there, really, there's this friend of mine who won an award recently, international award, for inventing nano scanner.
Yes.
That,
is your friend?
Yeah, he is a friend. So
okay.
I am bothered by the fact that that product, RXO, has not been, really given the acclaim in Nigeria here, and particularly an Ibadan boy.
Actually, Alonge is also our boy, because he's a pharmacist who finished from Nigeria and went overseas. As we speak, we are dealing with him. We've signed an MOU with RS Scanner, and we're going to be using the device for detecting falsified medicines. We've been using technology to detect medicines in the past, what is called TrueScan.
Okay.
In Nigeria, NAFDAC was the first in the world to use TrueScan to detect substandard falsified medicines. TrueScan is costly, but it's very, very good. It works on Raman spectroscopy, but we're going to be using RS Scanner too to compare and see whether the results are the same.
So when it comes to talking technology, NAFDAC is very much alive.
We are very much alive as far as technology is concerned, because without that, it will be so burdensome to test all products. If you have 1,000 products that you need to test, and you already have their spectral data in a handheld technology, you can easily see which ones are fake, which ones are not fake. But if there's something questionable, we take it to the lab. So it reduces our own burden in terms of how many products we need to test in the lab.
Okay, so before we go, I'll return to your visit to your state, Ibadan particularly.
Yes.
I'd like to know the takeaways from your meeting with the governor.
Oh, the takeaways is that the governor is ready to partner with NAFDAC in terms of ensuring drug security, ensuring food security. We are not just drugs. We also monitor and control food, beverages, water. It's almost a daily thing for us, routine, because if you drink bad water, you get sick. So the takeaway is that he's ready to partner with us to ensure food security and drug security.
Can we be hopeful that in our lifetime we'll be able to rid this society of fake adulterated drugs?
In our lifetime, we'll be able to reduce significantly fake and adulterated drugs, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a global issue. The data that we have, prevalence that we have now, is about 17% fake medicines. We want to reduce it to like less than 3%, because it is all over the world. The US has problem, Europe has problem of substandard falsified medicines, but we just want to make sure that we eliminate it almost to non-existence.
Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye is the Director General, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Thank you, Prof, for coming.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here on Splash 105.5 FM.
Splash FM 105.5.
Guy, drinks on me. My new car is outside.
Come on. Your house is just adjacent to this place. You